Local clerks in Wisconsin are concerned about a possible change to the date of the 2020 presidential primary in Wisconsin.
Scott Walker, appointee, is also up for re-election that day to the state Supreme Court. High Democratic turnout could affect that race. Eric Franke joins us from the News Center with more. Eric?
Yeah, Mark and Susan, conservative Justice Dan Kelly will be up for re-election that day, April 7th of 2020. Now, that's the same day Wisconsin voters will choose a potential challenger to President Trump. That likely will lead to considerable Democratic turnout. Republican lawmakers are considering moving that date. Dane County Clerk Scott McDonald sent a letter to lawmakers today saying it is, quote, extremely unwise from a security and procedural standpoint to move that election. He also says it could cost a lot more. City of Madison certified municipal clerk Rachel Rodriguez says the current deadlines for elections are hard enough to meet without adding yet another election to the mix.
Last April presidential primary, there were 22,000 election day registrations in the city of Madison. There's no way for our office to process that number of election day registrations in a March election and have those voters show up on the poll books for an April election, just because every one of those has to be hand entered by staff in our office.
The Republicans have said they don't want to put the burden of a presidential primary on top of local races, but in 2016, it didn't matter, and a conservative justice still won a Supreme Court race. Rebecca Bradley, a spokesman for the Wisconsin Elections Commission, said they didn't have an immediate estimate on costs for an extra election, but in 2016, a presidential primary cost local clerks about $6 million. Mark and Susan?
Eric Franke in the newsroom. Thanks, Eric.
You're welcome.